Good morning to all of the non-existent people that are currently here. Yeah, so I'm gonna play this game called, I call it Pneumonia. It's called, I guess it's pronounced Pneuma, P-N-E-U-M-A. Pneuma, yeah, that makes sense. It's a puzzle game. It's interesting. Yeah, well, here goes nothing. So, I have played this game before, but it's been a while. It's been probably at least a year. I think it was released in 2015, and I played it shortly after it came out. So it's been a while, so my apologies when I completely screw up and do horribly.
In the beginning? Me! I'm awake! I'm alive! I can feel it! Life flowing through me, breath, thought! A few seconds ago there was nothing, but now here I am! Well, there's only one logical conclusion. I am God, and this is my universe. It's pretty cool. It is too dark and silent, formless and void, not fitting for a god of my stature. Let there be light! Oh, and there was! Oh! Wow! Oh, I must be God! I can move! I can talk! I can walk! I hover to and fro above the infinite surface, plain as it is. Amazing! My universe! A bit bland, but a bland universe is better than no universe.
Oh, this game
Still,
is so not the game to play.
I feel the need for progress. I need a direction. I need a destination. An end to my beginning. An omega to my alpha. For how can there be progress without a destination? Aha! A path! A narrow path that leads to a destination. Progress.
Progress, he says. And this announcer dude needs to be lit on fire by the end of it, because he's such an a-hole.
I press on and walk through the wall like a ghost. Nope, walls are solid. Can't do that. Note to self, cannot walk through walls.
Cannot walk through walls.
Okay. A button! Push the button.
Okay, I feel like something is seriously wrong here.
The world with a wave
like it's not loading properly. I don't remember the beginning of this being so white.
No need for hands, apparently. I think I need some trimmings. Something to spruce the place up a bit. Make my universe
okay, there's some actual color.
Something to reflect my
But I don't remember this whole entire room being like just like Funny Farm white
color.
Walls.
Gold, lots of gold.
I guess it was.
To reflect my immense wealth, an abundance of
Hooray.
goldness. Also to reflect my love
of
reflective metals. Whoa. Okay, that's it. A temple. That's the right kind of place for a god to live.
That was weird. I don't remember that part, but I guess I'm full of baloney. Okay.
If I bend my figurative knees and jump, the world moves downwards.
Oh, come on.
Away from me. The center of my own little universe.
There we go.
I translate the world as if it were mine. Well, yeah, which it is.
Hooray, magic stairs.
As I move forward, the world approaches me.
I feel like something is messed up with the graphics.
The world
like, I don't think
pivotal.
that's normal.
I
think that's supposed to look like a tree.
You know, what with being the center of all things.
I really feel like something is not quite right. magical levers and whatnot are. There they are. Like, is that normal? Does that happen? A black tree? I feel like something isn't loaded right. Weird.
As an artist, I need to define my influences. Who are my influences? Well, myself. I inspire myself. I am inspirational. I aspire to be myself. Matched. Perfectly. Now I can relax. Thinking time is over. Lead me, path. Lead me to my destination. Onwards. A passing gate is a sign of progress along my path. I must admit that I rather enjoy the progress. However, it seems I am met with a new challenge at every turn. These challenges require knowledge. Slightly worrying. As a god, I consider myself all-knowing. Why is it I must stop and think? Knowledge is obscured from me. All these eyes watching makes me a bit uneasy. Not a fan of onlookers, to be honest. That which I can see exists. Ah, a bench. Brilliant. Something to rest my figurative head upon from all that adventurous walking. But I must be honest with myself. As a god, I feel no real need to rest. Don't know why I made a bench. Doesn't really make sense. Maybe I should rest as an example to others. No, there are no others. Don't understand why I filled the place with pots, either. I don't have anything to store. Maybe I should make lemonade. I need to invent lemons first, a few other things too. Time to start a list of inventions. Lemons, a lemon press, sugar, the abstract concept of sweetness. A tongue. I definitely need a tongue, but I need a body first. Legs. I want legs. Then I can have footsteps to accompany my walking. I find myself awfully ethereal currently, even for a god. A door that opens only when watched. Yet more evidence of my centrality to this narrative. It makes me wonder what is in the next room before I enter. Is there anything? Is it simulated? Is it cold because my mind does not have the power to imagine the whole world at one instant? Oh, for the sake of sanity, I choose to believe the world around the corner exists. Aha! There it is! Hiding. But I'm afraid not even you could escape my powers of observation.
That's number 2. I think we already went past number 1, to be honest. I don't remember.
Wow! So many books, years of reading. But why would God read books that he's written? Then again, books written by God would be the best books. Why would I read books that I haven't written? I should write my own book. A book set apart from the rest. I wouldn't know what to call it. Autobiography, maybe. A brief history of life. Pneuma presents himself in Pneuma. Critics have called it the best book ever written. Winner of every writing prize for writing. The Hallway called it the best book since records began. A small bench said it was a record-breaking record of historical records. I notice how things further away seem smaller. An increase in distance causes a decrease in size. This is called perspective. The irony is the implication. I must be the biggest thing in the world.
There's some way to, like, lower this or raise it or something. I'm not remembering. too high. There we go.
Where did all this marble come from? Because it's just here. I guess as God, I made it. I can't remember ever making any of this, though. Marble requires great heat, pressure, and time to form, so how did I make it? Did I just pop it into existence? I guess I could do that. Or did I have it in another universe cooking for a couple of million years? Both are reasonable. Maybe both. Changing it up. I need to work on my memory. Look at this! The world bends to my will. More evidence of my deity, the immense power of my mind. Bow before my ample brow, for I can move things with just a glance. Fear my gaze, lest I move you around. What a polite door! Opening itself upon my approach. The right way to treat your god, door. I shall give you great treasures for your compliance. This door? What a conniving door. You can see its proud look as it attempts to thwart me. Why can't you be more like that other door? That other door had respect. I shall walk through this door with head held high. I have bested you, door. Are you not moved? Rotate about me, bridge. Bow to my rotational power. I wonder if this is normal. Moving things with your mind. It must be. I am normal. That cannot be contested. Normal is the norm, and as the only thing, I must be normal. Mighty. I rather enjoy moving heavy marble with my mind. It would be a tough job to move this marble by hand, to be honest. What are hands?
There's another picture frame. I think I passed the third one already, but like later on you have to look at them in a certain order, so it literally, like, you have to go back through the levels and look at all these picture frames in a certain order, and it's
I can move
horrible.
bridges with my mind. I wonder if I could move them to laughter or tears. They seem to be quite emotionally dead. But with enough anthropomorphism, I'm sure they would lighten up. Thank you, bridges, for bringing things together. I wonder if these bridges deserve my thanks. If they're my creation, is to thank them to thank myself? Well, thank me for my excellence. This world seems counterintuitive. Not entirely sure what's going on. I seem to be playing a series of practical jokes on myself. Who constructs a world like this? A world that attempts to confound me at every turn? Why did I make such a world? Makes me feel smart, I guess. How gratuitously self-indulgent. The world turns about my pivot. Is it that the world turns around me, or that I turn around the world? If it's just matrix multiplication, then the question is redundant, I'm sure. Cos theta minus sine theta, cos theta. My conscious perspective makes it an incontrovertible fact that I am the center of the universe. As a god, I can turn any situation to my advantage. The rules of the universe are mine to write, though they're rather conventional at the moment.
That's where I came from. I gotta go the other way.
Every room of this world seems to be carefully crafted for me. A hidden hand woven through the fabric of the universe. A fingerprint everywhere. a different hidden hand guiding my footsteps. The laws unfold, their origins a mystery. But why a mystery? Gods should know all things. Gods are creators. I must have created this world. If not, why would the world have the appearance of craft? Perhaps as I speak, a subconscious part of me is busy making the next room. It is my world, after all. I must be working hard right now to build the next room, or perhaps my mind creates this appearance of order out of the noise. This world is clearly the product of a mind. It is full of inorganic patterns and purposeful architecture. Could a series of complex interactions create an agent possible of making purposeful change in an environment? If that were the case, then it would make a compelling argument for a world without craft. Still, a world optimized for some function, mind you. If something was transient, if something abided in this universe for a moment, or if something was removed, where does it go? A thing that is removed from the universe does not exist. A thing that does not exist. How can I know of a thing that does not exist? A memory of a thing that once existed. I need a principle to avoid this contradiction, this cognitive dissonance in my mind. How can I know of a thing that does not exist? What is this pervasive delusion? Things must exist forever. How are these things created? Before creation, they did not exist. Tense. Time. Time! The world has time! The world is not always the same. Aha! But I am constrained to this time. Why am I constrained to time? A god should not be constrained.
My poor brain. Maybe if I just stare at it long enough, it'll just work and let me go. Aha. The speed test.
Here's a question for me. If I was to study the corner of a board game, could I infer the rules of the game? Perhaps if I use my godlike powers of intuition. How can you understand a world from a vertical slice? Sometimes empirical knowledge is required, surely. Not everything can be inductive or deductive. If the world is made for me, for what purpose? Is it a test? Is it to be enjoyed? Is it to bring acclaim to its creator? As a god, I feel like I should have a stronger grasp of this. What good is a challenge? Does the creator wish to teach, or perhaps just entertain? Some space to think, or maybe just to do something productive?
I don't really remember what this was all about. Like, I almost feel like it was just nothing. was supposed to make an eclipse. Was that it? Here we go. I think there's an achievement related to that somehow, but like it just never works for me. I don't remember exactly. Oops, I didn't mean to go back up the steps. I want to go this way. No, not that way. This way. So yeah, this one you have to match up all of the thingies. So so I would say try to match the side, like the little actual pieces first, because I think they're just gonna work out. But the outside needs to be. Or like maybe I'm just both. Yeah, there we go. It worked. I don't remember what that does though. Okay. Back up the stairs we go, I suppose. I don't think it does anything in here. Nope. Oh yeah, that's the end. Oh, oh my goodness.
A state change on observation. Things in this world can change. Apparently between only 2 states though, on and off. Hopefully not indicative of my state of mind. Binary, between 2 extremes, 2 poles if you will. But why does the world change between a few states? Changes only seem to occur in small degrees. Why? Why is the world quantized? It confuses me that there's a limited amount of states in this world. I think that there would be an infinite amount. Why would there need to be a limit unless there was a constraint? And why would there be a constraint? I sure hope it's due to incomprehensible macro-level relationships rather than the overwhelming simplicity of a system. That is a nightmare which I could not face. The implication would be clear. A wooden boy given the breath of life. Continuous makes more sense than discrete, surely. All ideas are continuous, but the mechanics discrete. Nonsense, clearly nonsense. The location of each item in the world is only accurate to a binary exponent width of 8 bits. Why? And still, it can only be observed by a keen eye for infinitesimal phenomena. Planck's constant, the universe's machine epsilon. Oh, what am I even saying? Paranoia! Paranoia! Grand! So many doors! The path still appears to travel onwards behind a large gate, but there are forks in this path. An opportunity to travel, see the universe, go along any path I desire. All this travelling, though. I would like a travelling companion. Someone to watch over me, help decide where to go, watch my back, keep me company. Oh, but that's just silliness. I don't really need anyone. I'm a god. This world has rules, clearly. For one, I cannot walk through walls, which is disturbing. You'd think if I was a god, I could do what I wished. For the most part, I don't appear to be in control. Perhaps my subconscious is keeping the world in shape. Subconscious. A powerful part of mind, all along unobserved, subtle. I wonder what resides in this subconscious. Those thoughts that I'm not aware of. Not all of my decisions are wisely made under the full power of cognition. Some decisions are made outside of the conscious self. I seem to observe a lot of my actions with little or no control over them. I must still own these actions.
Oh, so basically, if you haven't figured out what in the hell I'm trying to do, is that you have to get all of the panels to be one. think that's the idea anyhow. Maybe they all had to go off. Okay, I guess that did something because now they're not flipping anymore. I feel like a doorway opens or something. Oh, yep, stupid me, right in front of my face. Duh.
How does compartmentalization square with consciousness? This subconscious, what's that doing? Keeping secret knowledge.
What?
Even as a god, the idea of trudging through my subconscious is somewhat nightmarish. Some things best not known, even for the all-knowing.
Yep, bingo. Oh yeah, this crap.
The sad thing about being a god is the crushing loneliness. I don't really feel I have an equal. This wall, for instance. Don't get me wrong, he's a smart-looking wall. I enjoy being around him, but he has little of interesting conversation. Very flat personality. Like the bridge from earlier. Very anthropomorphized. I love giant machines. The bigger the machine, the better. This is my idea of heaven. There's something about a giant machine that screams godlike. Me and my machines, animated, as if alive, but really just acting inside a closed system. They give the impression they are full of life, but they are just wheels and cogs that turn in time. Ticking, clicking, and clacking contraptions.
that might do it. I wish there was a way to make this dude walk a little faster, but alas, there is not. And that's the end of that. Jump down. All that work. Here's all of those paintings. They're not in order, so it makes you have to go back through. You have to look at them in a certain order. So it's annoying.
If knowledge is in the mind, to be alone is to experience all of knowledge. All the substance of knowledge exists within mind. Therefore, to suppose another whose mind was unknowable or transient would suppose a world in which all knowing was an impossibility. So it follows that being alone serves as a proof of my deity. In this way, it is a comfort to me that I am alone. Others would be a difficult problem, a stairway to heaven made of fool's gold. Being alone is important. If one does not hear both parts of a conversation, one cannot have a full idea of what is discussed. To be alone is to know the whole story. But still, this world seems to attempt to communicate something. The world is filled with part conversation. The writings on the walls, the walls themselves. Let there be yet more light. Being alone can serve as a comfort. If there's no one can hurt you. But perhaps that's a bleak outlook. There must be joy that comes from others. Praise, they can offer praise. As a god, praise is something I can relate to. Not enough praise at the moment. Worship wouldn't go amiss. But if there were others, they might attempt to belittle me, bring me down to improve their own relative status, accuse me of pride, narcissism, pretentiousness, or grandiose self-referential commentary. Nonsense. Pretension implies there is a lack of thought. The pretense of thought. I've thought long and hard about how brilliant I am. Done.
Okay, I think you have to go do one of the other puzzles first and get some kind of key, not kiwi, some kind of sphere type thing. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not because this headset that I have kind of stinks. So, I'm sorry.
It doesn't take a genius to see that I am a genius. Comparative statements are somewhat redundant when you're the lone wanderer of the universe. I think I'd like a goddess to share this with. We could walk around and talk about gold, perhaps waste away the time discussing how brilliant I am. She could bask in my intellect and compliment me on my immense wealth. Perhaps she'd look like me too. Obviously she couldn't be as handsome, that would be unthinkable. Could I create a goddess more majestic than myself? Could I create a rock that I couldn't lift? Well, apparently I can create doors I cannot open. What does a goddess do, though? Quite clearly, I'm busy doing all this God stuff. Walking about, thinking about stuff, solving problems, inventing problems to solve. Would she be my helper, or off doing her own thing? I'm a pretty big deal. If I had a goddess, I'd assume she'd want to be around me most of the time. But I feel like I'm too busy with all these challenges to possibly give her all of my attention. I mean, to be fair, it's likely to destroy her given my godlike intensity. Maybe I'd make her in my image. That would be amazing! 2 of me! Oh, we'd have so much in common! I'd quite like her to be lively. First, she'd have to be alive. Being alive is somewhat a prerequisite for being lively. Not created life yet. I see as through a glass dimly, not knowing as I should know. More light. Slight obsession with light here. I'm done here.
Okay, that takes care of that.
Why can I be
Oh
surprised?
yeah, this is fun.
If I'm
So
all-knowing,
this
then
is
I should
like
know all.
the bridges,
Perhaps
but
there is a
they're
moment when knowledge is created.
sideways.
Sometimes when I ask these questions, I wish there was a response. Wish there was someone out there listening to me, hearing these words. But how could they tell me even if they were listening? I've never heard their voice. If a voice came down from the sky to talk to me, I'd probably think I was crazy. But in case anyone's listening, I have a surplus of gold. If you'd like to pop by my universe, I could give you some. Friendship for gold? Straight up trade?
Don't ask me how I remembered that, but I just remember that they were shifted at a 90-degree angle.
That's this done. I make a lot of mistakes and missteps. Can a god make mistakes? A mistake is something unintended. Am I an imperfect god? Or perhaps I'm not a god at all. Oh, no. Let's not be silly. Of course I'm god.
That's where it came from, isn't it? Yep. I still have to get that third one, or the second one rather, which for whatever reason I can't remember how. Oh look, the stairs fixed themselves after I left. Isn't that nice? I almost feel like there's a 5th room, and I have to go do the 5th room before I can complete this one, because the 5th room is where I get that stupid ball thing that has the light in it. I think that that might be the case. Four, three, two, one. That's it, though. Where the heck did I get that thingy from? Okay, there's nothing else to do over here. That's for sure. That was just that weird room of walking. I don't remember what to do. This is so sad. So sad. I might have to look it up. I don't remember. I'm just gonna run around in circles. Okay, I'm gonna look it up because I don't remember. I don't remember. That was my dog.
Still, no companion.
Okay, I didn't actually look it up, but I just went back in there and that beam of light was just appeared out of nowhere. So then it jogged my memory like, oh yeah, I have to spin in a circle. So that worked. Um, yeah, I accidentally muted my microphone again, so I was talking to myself, which is normal, but I remembered, so here I am.
What if it's all a joke?
Okay.
This whole world? A grand joke of which I am the punchline.
Oh
What if
yeah,
someone
this was
stands
fun.
looking on, grinning atop their high horse? An elevated perspective makes it easy to look down. What if someone distant and unknowable were forcing me to stumble around my world? Forcing me to overcome
That's
a series of
two.
mental obstacles, all for what? To demonstrate something? To teach something? What?
That's
Maybe
one.
I'm not a god.
You don't have to do these
Maybe
in order.
I'm a
I just
jester.
I'm
Have you heard the one about the
crazy
character
and
who thought he was the infinite? His story
I
came to
like
an
to.
end. Quite the dramatic irony. Do I make my movements, my steps? I've never thought about a step I've made. They just seem to occur. I'm thrown about this world. Do I control or rather merely witness my movement? If it is the case that I'm merely witnessing my motion, then is this my body? Or am I an observer? Light has curious properties. It drives out darkness, or perhaps it's the other way around. Perhaps light is the absence of darkness. I should find out. How much light do you need to fill a bucket? 4?
That was it. That was literally the whole puzzle for this room. Isn't that nice? When it's like easy like that. I'm telling you.
Patience is a virtue I possess. A god has infinite patience. A small proof of my deity. If I get frustrated with waiting, what does that mean? I'm not a god? Suppress. Just a momentary lapse of reason. Existential crisis. Everyone has one. Don't worry about it. Suppress.
I do not remember this at all. I don't remember. I kind of feel like it has to go all the way around in a circle and point back at the little blob in the wall again. But I could be completely full of baloney. I honestly do not recall. Oh look, I was right. Alright, brain. Alright, brain. You're doing so well, my little brain. I think this is... Ah! Well, while I'm here... Oh, that's the way back. Well, shit, apparently there's nothing down there. I thought there was. Or I'm just nuts and I missed it. That's also entirely possible. Okay, let's try this again. Okay.
Perhaps my lack of control is rational. I have two observable natures as far as I can see, my body and my mind. My body moves around doing things. It can be pushed away by equal and opposite forces. It is constrained by the world. My
Ooh, a button.
mind creates thoughts that it speaks.
Oh, I remember this. I'm gonna pause here and grab a bite to eat and whatnot. And I am going to come back afterwards and hopefully finish the game. So, I will see you guys when I come back. Thanks for watching and adios for now.